Today, Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso have emerged to change the narrative of Africa, to change the picture of Africa, to continue the revolutionary of the past leaders. But the Western world are not happy about it. I remember clearly when we were still in secondary school, we were taught about African leaders, some of which we use their statements, their responses to white men as fun when we were still in school, especially the one by Secretary of Guinea, when the France government demanded that they will withdraw all their facilities if any of their country demands for independence. And this young man stood up and said, Guinea prefer independence in poverty than to be rich in slavery. And we saw what happened thereafter. We were taught about this, we thought about many of our leaders. But little did we know that there are some people who have designed their calendar, designed their artilleries in such a way that Africans will never breathe. These same people have done more harm than good to Africans. They have suppressed Africans. Their calendar is designed to rob and steal from Africa. And when you try to breathe, your life will be at stake. These same people have saw the end of Patrick Lumumba, the end of Muammar Gaddafi, the end of Thomas Sankara, and the Nkrumah of Ghana. Today we have Burkina Faso. We have Ibrahim Traore again in Africa, coming up from Burkina Faso to save the entire continent. And the Western world is troubled about him. What really do they do? What was the crime of these leaders? They planned their assassination. Let's start from Patrick Lumumba. What was his crime? Patrick Lumumba from Congo, a Pan-Africanist. He sought true independence from Belgian colonial rule. Lumumba was brutally assassinated in 1961. This was aided by the US intelligence agencies. What about Muammar Gaddafi? Muammar Gaddafi was from Libya, a champion of African unity who advocated for United States of Africa and boldly challenged Western hegemony. He was toppled and killed in 2011 following a NATO-led intervention. Thomas Sankara from Burkina Faso, a revolutionary leader who fought against corruption, colonial debts, and Western influence. He was again assassinated in 1987 in a coup widely believed to have been backed by foreign interests. The Nkrumah from Ghana. Nkrumah was from Ghana. That was the Ghana's first president and a key figure in the push for African unity. He was overthrown in the 1966 coup, suspected to have CIA backing. Today, Ibrahim Traore, the current leader of Burkina Faso, is seen by many as continuing the revolution, the revolutionary legacy. He is a symbol of African sovereignty, self-determination, and resistance against foreign military and economic dominance. Should Africa allow the Western world continue the scheming, continue their plan against this honorable leader? Anyway, that should be a question to be answered by every African. Looking at the history, we are not longer ignorant of the Western world's manipulations, and we must not allow them to take down Ibrahim Traore. Africa must listen. Every son of African, everyone that live and eat from the soil of Africa, must not allow them take down Ibrahim Traore. as they did to our past heroes. It is a time to awaken our people. It is time to create awareness across the continent. It is time to stand firm against internal betrayal, support Pan-African unity, resist economic blackmail and neo-colonial control. We must as well pray, protest, and prepare. Ibrahim Traore's life is not guaranteed yet. His mission, treating powerful global interests, we must lift him up in our daily prayer, defend him with protests, and be prepared to protect the future of our dear continent Africa. It's not about Nigeria, it's not about Burkina Faso, it's not about Ghana, it's not about Guinea Republic, it's not about Cameroon, it's not about any of the African countries, but it's about our continent as a whole. We must come together as an African and protect this young man that have stood up against all odds to change the narrative, to continue the revolutionary of our past hero. We cannot afford to lose this honorable leader. And because of that, here in our channel television, True Comrade TV, we stand 100% behind our hero, the leader of our time, the God's gift leader, Ibrahim Traore. And as well, we call on every African youth, every patriot, and every voice of conscience. Stand with Burkina Faso. Stand with Africa. If we do that, faithfully, Africa will rise again. Africa will rise again. Africa will be strong again. But only when we stop bowing down to this so-called world power. Africa must stand with Ibrahim Traore. I remember humble self, Comrade Japhet Kopche, the CEO of True Comrades Television. Ibrahim Traore remains our leader, and we are prepared to stand by him, die with him. Africa must be great and greater again. Thank you.